Okay. It is Monday, March 6th, 2017. I seriously cannot believe it's March already, guys. But I'm super excited about tonight's call, mostly because it's something near and dear to my heart. Time management is something that I think every single person struggles with. Every single person can get better at. So let's utilize tonight to help each other. I've got, I think, 5 or 6 tips. Yes, 6 tips for all of us to do and hopefully implement at least 1 or 2 of those for this week or even maybe this month. So as you all start to dive into LuLaRoe, you're going to add more and more and more to your plate. Why? Because you're so hungry. Honestly, you will start to see the passion. You're going to start to see the amounts being added into your bank account or onto your LuLaRoe debit card. Once you see that money start pouring in, you're going to want more. You're going to want to pay off that debt. You're going to want to be able to give your family more financial freedom. You're going to want to start to probably cruise qualify. Whatever it is, you're going to want more. So how do you balance LuLaRoe and life? Guys, it's hard. It is so hard. It's not easy because most of you have something else to preoccupy yourself. So maybe you have a full-time job. Maybe you have kids. Maybe you're the lucky one that has both. I think about 80% of us have both. I don't have kids, but I guess I can call Zoe a little kid. Or you might have schoolwork. I mean, whatever it is, all of our life situations, yes, they're different, but it boils down to one thing, is working smarter, not harder. And I know you're going to hear that all the time. You're like, okay, yeah, I get it. I'm going to have to work smarter, not harder. But what does that mean? And we'll get to that a little bit more. But I know, like I said, I know everyone preaches this, but it's not until you really start to drill down that you're going to begin to understand it. I'm in like month 8, maybe. And this is something that I really struggled with until just recently. So seriously, our business consists of buying clothes at wholesale and selling them at retail. It's not easy. Don't make things more complicated. Yes, your first 120 days are going to be the most challenging. This is when you need to be working your tail off. But think about any job that you take. You want those first 120 days to mean the most. They're going to be the most critical to making an impact. When you start your job the first day, what's the first thing you do? You hit the ground running because you want to make sure that A, you're going to make a difference, and B, that your name is going to be well known within that company. So this is the same thing. You want to make sure that your first 120 days within LuLaRoe are worth it. So the foundation that you lay today, the relationships that you work and that you build will directly affect your future. And so that's why it's so important that you hustle. Kind of end the story with that. But run with your why and not with your what. So what does that even mean? Like I said, most of us are hungry for more. Most of us are seeing that money be put into our accounts. Money is the biggest thing that I think we all can relate to. So I'll go with that example. That is your what. Money is your what. Your child, your hubby, your passion, your drive for this business, and that specific piece that's within yourself is your why. So let's talk about tip number 1, time suckers. Okay, I want some examples from you girls. What sucks you in the most? Let's talk about your time suckers. So feel free to unmute yourself or use the chat too. If you're a newbie, you can use the chat. Nobody has time suckers? You're kidding.
I'll chime in. I'll give the obvious. Just scrolling through Facebook without doing anything reasonable.
Yes! Social media. Oh my gosh, social media sucks. It sucks our time up so much. Facebook Messenger is another one. Marco Polo is another one. Your phone in general, Candy Crush, I mean, what have you, television, buy, sell, trade pages, maybe it's your own Lula Sisters pages. Maybe it's Instagram. Whatever it is, they are all time suckers. So that's my number one, my number one tip for time suckers. First and foremost, cut those out or limit it altogether. If you honestly don't know what those are, and we'll get back to it. Here, actually, I think it's like tip number 3. But make sure you're evaluating what those are. Take a step back and analyze what those crazy things are. Do you have poor messaging skills? Do you have poor email habits? Are you spending way too much time on your phone and your screen? I mean, how many of you sit at your computer or your phone and just wait for messages to pop up? I know I do. I did. I literally would scroll through my Facebook and say, oh, well, look at what she's doing. Oh, look at all of those pages that are popping up. That's the first thing that I did. I'm sorry, girls. I put all of your pages on do not send notifications. Because if you think about, just from my perspective, I've got, 15 directs, and now everyone's adding into their group. And so think about all of the notifications that I'm getting. And you guys are all the same. You all are part of each other's business pages. You all are checking in every single day. You're supporting each other every single day, which is amazing. But make sure you're not getting sucked into that, because that's another thing. You start to scroll that newsfeed. You start to look at other consultants, and you're like, well, dang, she just sold 100 items. Can I do that? Or, wow, she's posting every single day. Why don't I do that? So you've got to get out of the comparison trap too. So when you're not scrolling that newsfeed, you aren't tempted to compare yourself to anyone else. So those are a couple good ones. My second tip, remove invaluable activities or compromise. The first thing that you do is remove the unwanted stuff, the things that will not add value to your business, the stuff that isn't adding value to your pocket. If it's not adding money onto your LuLaRoe card, don't do it. So let's take a minute and let's write down every single thing that you do in a day. Maybe you can't write it down now, that's fine, but make a mental note. What do you do every single day? And I'll give you guys just a minute to think about it. Okay, so looking at that list, how many of those things really adds value to your day? Probably not a lot. Compromise where you can. So every Tuesday, Ryan knows that he has dinner duties. He basically knows that he has full house duties on Tuesdays. Tuesdays are my full out LuLaRoe, full album sales, no questions asked. I don't watch any TV on those school nights. I compromise with my shows. It's a treat for me. So figure out what can you compromise, what can you put on the back burner, what's not adding time. Scandal, I love Scandal, but it's not adding money to my pocket. If you can't compromise with TV time though, think about how you can incorporate it. Maybe it's because you've got a little one that has to watch Teletubbies or I don't know, Caillou. I don't know. I don't have kids. I don't know what shows are in, okay? Maybe it's still Barney. I don't know. If you can't compromise for those times, use it to the best of your ability. Use that time. If you know it's nap time every day at 11 a.m. and you have to watch TV to help your little one go to sleep, use that time to answer questions. Maybe use that time to get on your phone and pop in and figure out what your emails are and what your responses need to be. Regardless, know what you can give up and what you cannot give up. So think about how you can be a better business owner, a better wife, a better mama, a better friend, sister, what have you. Is there something that you can give up that's not filling your why? That is huge. And I know it's going to take a while to sink in, especially for some of the cuties, but I promise, go back and watch this when you're in month 1. Is there something that you can give up that's not filling your why? All right, so tip number 3, set realistic goals. If you can't have 5 parties a week, that's okay. Don't do 5 parties a week. That's crazy. It's crazy insane. So don't get overwhelmed by not being able to do that, and don't get overwhelmed by wanting to do that. Instead, if you want to have the same outcome, have 3 hostesses for 1 pop-up. That's what I've started to do. And it cuts out so much work. Guys, I post my albums 1 time a week versus 5 times. That's what I did when I first started. When I was week 1 out of the gate, I had a party every single day. That's ridiculous. I was spending 10 hours of my day posting albums. That is not value added. I was not breaking in the money, having to work every night, while Ryan's ticked off that he has dinner duties every night, not just Tuesdays. So think about what days work for you. Set realistic goals and kind of align those so that it works better for you. So like I said, I'm literally saving over 10 hours of work in just posting and prepping. Now think about all the other time that I'm saving with invoicing and shipping. I'm doing it all at once rather than 5 days a week. Serious game changer. So think about that. And that kind of leads me to the smarter, not harder. With everything that you wrote down, and maybe you need to go back and redo this. That's okay. I'm certainly going to do that tomorrow and through the rest of the week, because I think that I've left out quite a few things. Smarter, not harder. So think about things that you can outsource. Get rid of things that don't add value and delegate where you can. Things that you don't like doing. If you don't like invoicing, think about having someone help you do that. So circle those things that don't make you money or don't fit into your why. Like I said, those are things that you could potentially outsource or limit altogether. For you mamas out there, personally, I can't relate to this yet, but there are some things that I've been able to relate to. Can you hire a nanny or someone to clean your house? I am doing that. In a couple of weeks, I'm going to have someone start cleaning my house. Maybe you can't afford a nanny though. That's okay. But maybe you can swap kids for a day during the week. Is there someone in your area that can take your kids for a day? And you can take their kids for a day that you can. Wherever that's appropriate. Find teenagers in your area. I know Tiffany does a lot of that. She literally snags some kids to help put things away or to help people model. Whatever it is you need help with, be creative and resourceful. Like I said, you don't need to spend more money to delegate, but think about some of those things that you can start to trade off. Brittany Hunter is amazing. If you don't know who she is, for those who are in the queue, she's our mentor, and she is the very first LuLaRoe consultant. And one of her quotes, one of her sayings, she felt so overwhelmed in the very beginning. Think about being in her position. Guys, she didn't have anyone to go to. She had Deanne to guide her to selling LuLaRoe. Could you imagine? I couldn't. There's no way. She's literally contacting the owner of LuLaRoe every time she has a problem. She didn't have anyone to guide her. So yes, she felt super overwhelmed in the beginning. Like, I have to hire a nanny and I need to have someone clean my house. It was nerve-wracking, but then she started to switch the process to, I wonder how many people I can bless with. How many people need the money that I have? Because the person that she needs to hire to clean her house probably needs to put food on their table. So how can she bless her life? So that's an amazing way to think about it. How can you start thinking about what you can give rather than what can I get? Scripts. So still no smarter, not harder. How many times do you get the same questions asked day after day? Day after day. Whether it's on this team or whether it's your customers. How many times do you type out the same exact response? So have a script. I literally have a document, a Word doc, that I have saved. It's mostly for my customers. I'm going to start making them for my team because I get a lot of the same questions asked every day. But seriously, have a script ready. Copy and paste that so you don't constantly have to take things out. These little things are going to add so much time into your day. Posts. If you're posting every day, I hope you are. I really hope, or at least that's your goal, that you're posting at least once a day in your group. There are apps for that, ladies. If you don't know about it, research it. Hootsuite, Planoly, I think is one of them. Buffer. You literally can set these up and schedule them to post at a certain time in a certain group. Now, knock out all of your social media posts on Sunday. You're done for the week. There's no more thinking about what you need to say, at what time you're going to say it. Whatever it is that sucks your time, fix it. Fix it and move on with the stuff that gets you the money that you need for your family. Another thing that I get sucked into, I post and I peek. Does anyone know what that means? I post in my group, and then 10 minutes later, I go and I peek at my post. Okay, what are my algorithms telling me? Do I have comments? And then I'm like, okay, and I go back to my stuff. And then again, after 15 minutes, I go peek at my post. And then 30, and then an hour. And then I'm like, crap, this post sucks. I need to redo it. No one's commenting. Stop doing it. Post and walk away. I'm serious. Post and walk away. Okay, so those are just a few tips. Number 5, set a schedule. Guys, this is huge, and I'm going to be the first to tell you it took me 8 months to do this. Yes, I said I know what my schedule was, but I didn't actually tell my customers. I didn't tell my team what my business hours were. And so I literally worked every minute of every day. Remember, LuLaRoe works for you. You do not work for LuLaRoe. You have to set your schedule. So do this now. Do this up front while you can. Those in the queue, this is a perfect opportunity for you to set your schedule and say, this is exactly what I'm going to do each and every day. So when are you going to work your business? When are you going to answer your messages? When are you going to respond back to your customers? What days are you giving to your family? So first things first, when's your business going to be run? And when are you giving personal time? That's huge. You can do both. I promise you, you can do both, but you need a schedule. You will not be effective at both until you understand that and you stick to it. Like I said, it's not easy, and it took me a very long time to figure that out. But I posted a schedule within my group last week, and I'm sticking to it. That's huge. They should know what your week looks like, and they should know when I'm going to respond back to them. So, for example, every day I check my messages and my email and my Facebook messages from 9 to 10 for a few minutes at lunch while I'm on lunch break, and then again from 8 to 9 p.m. That's it. No more checking email, waiting for emails to come in, waiting for messages to come in. That's it. So it's basically like a power hour for me to check during those times, fire off my responses, copy and paste my responses, and then walk away. Mondays. I know it's been crazy, it's been hectic, but Mondays are my days for you guys. I'm going to train every Monday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and my group now knows that. You check out my pinned post. It's got Monday, team training. Tuesday, my VIP album sale. That's not changing. Wednesday is date night. Thursday, my in-home or my live sale. And Friday is date night. Guys, you have to schedule and leave the date nights. I swear to you. You need to have at least one day off a week. If you're not giving yourself one day off a week, you're going to burn out. You're going to go crazy. And your husband or your boyfriend is going to leave. I don't care what day it is. You need a date night, and you also need a day for yourself. That's huge. You need to be able to set aside time for you to be a mom, to be a girlfriend, to be a wife, whatever it is. But you need to replenish your energy. That's huge. You're going to burn out. Like I said, don't disregard time for you. Whether it's shopping, whether it's a pedicure date, set aside time for yourself. So you are the business owner, and make sure you're setting those expectations. So my last tip, commit and be present. So you set your schedule. You know what your day looks like. You know what you need to do. This is the most important aspect of time management. Once you set your schedule, now you need to commit to it. You wrote it down, do it. And the second important aspect of that is being present. I say that because you need to be present in every moment, 100% attention, undivided to that particular task. If you check messages, Facebook or email from 9 to 10 in the morning, and you've got your little one, or you're watching your favorite show during that same time, you're not going to get it done. And then you're going to spend another 2 hours doing the things that you needed to do from 9 to 10. So when it's time to be a mommy, be a mommy. Don't have your phone out. Put it away. Turn it upside down, because I know that's my issue. I leave it right side up, and then I see, oh God, my screen is lighting up. I've got messages. I've got things coming in. Turn it over. Put it away. And don't half-ass the tasks that you have set for yourself. So when you're a mother, be a mother. When you're a friend, be a friend. When you're going to be a wife, be a wife. When you're a business owner, be a business owner. That's something that I struggled with. I'm going to be honest. I was working my business every single day. I was rarely giving time to Ryan because I was so excited, so passionate, had so much energy, and I'm like, I'm doing this full throttle. So just don't forget that. So if LuLaRoe fills your why, do that. Be all in. But make sure you're setting your schedule and you're sticking to it. It's only 9:30, but I'm going to wrap up a little bit early so we can hopefully add some more tips in here. Or any other items that you guys have seen helpful. But let's recap a little bit. So the first step, rid the time suckers. Get rid of them. Get out of the buy-sell trade groups. Turn off the notifications for your other Lula Sisters pages. But be sure to check in when you know their sales are coming. Maybe we can have a post in our group that says, when everyone's sales are for the week. Eliminate the non-value added activities and compromise where you can. Third, being set realistic goals. Work smarter, not harder. Set a schedule and commit and be present. So those are the 6 tips. Like I said, we ended it a little bit early, but do we have any other tips? We nap a lot. See, that's a must for you. That's your time, Sarah. That's your time and your a piece of you that you need to re-energize. That's okay. Like I said, everyone's schedule is going to be different. I would love to quit my full-time job. That would give me about 17 hours in a day. So what have you guys seen work, or what have you seen kind of sucks your time or is hard for you to manage? Hopefully that was helpful at all, a little bit.
Hey, Chelsea. Chelsea, I have a question for you. During sales, how do you manage your time? Because I feel like while a sale is going on, like you said, your Tuesday night is like your Lula night. And like Ryan knows, like you're like doing your Lula stuff. I feel like I could maybe make better use of that time, like while the sale is going on. And I'm wondering like how you manage, because like I think what happens to me is I get sucked into like keeping track of comments and like commenting on what people are like asking questions, answering those questions, and trying to keep the group really active while sales going on. And so I'm like not doing as good of a job of pulling things, which I think maybe is something I could be better at. Do you have any like tips for how you manage that part of like the sale and like being productive during those hours?
Sure. So one thing that I'm going to be honest about, everyone's sales is going to be different. For me, my sale is very, very active in the beginning, and it should be for most sales. So I always recommend that you give at least the first 2 hours to have undivided attention to your customers. And so that's what I give. I give my first 2 hours to answer everyone's comments. A lot of people are asking for outfits. They're asking what colors are actually in the shirt. They're asking, off-the-wall questions sometimes, or they're tagging people in there, and you're like, crap. I mean, so you literally should be running from place to place for the first 2 hours, and that's okay. For me, I've kind of gotten into the routine where I'm sending invoices the next day because it's gotten to be way too much for me to send invoices all at once. It's just very hard for me to manage. So you'll be able to figure that out. If it's manageable for you to start doing that right at the 1 hour mark because things start to tailor off, feel free to do that. But it's always going to be different for everyone. Like I said, my sale usually lasts about 3 hours before it starts to die off. And then I'm actually at that point just starting to catch up on all my notifications. If you are able to manage polling at that time, do it. That's great because now you're utilizing more time when you're dedicating to LuLaRoe, and you don't have to give that outside of those hours, if that makes sense. So like I said, you're really new into your sales, so find what that niche is for you and kind of put that into your routine, if that makes sense. Sorry, it's not like a clear-cut answer, but.
Do you have, I just saw somebody like post, or my sister-in-law was saying that her sponsor just started like being very specific about like, I only ship out on this day. Like I'm only going to ship out on Wednesdays and Saturdays. And that's like when things are going to go out. So depending on when you pay your invoice, that's when things are going to ship. And like, I'm not going to feel like I need to get stuff going into the mail every day. Have you tried doing that? Is that helpful? Is that something I should consider?
Yes, that is huge. First of all, it creates urgency with paying invoices. And I will tell you, you will always chase down invoices. But the moment you post in your group, paid invoices at this time will be shipped on this day. All other paid invoices will be shipped on this day. That's critical because then your customers are starting to understand what your routine is. And the moment you're off, they're going to call you out. Just take, for example, last week, I didn't have, and I think I can do this a little bit better too, but I had 15 messages alone from customers asking, when are you going to send my invoice? I haven't gotten it yet, and I don't know if I missed it. Setting the time that you can ship your invoices is huge. Because it starts to get people in that clockwork and they know what to expect. So yes, I completely recommend adding that into your weekly agenda and sharing with your group for sure. Good question. Okay, what other questions do you have? No? Okay. Well, hopefully you guys can snag a few tips, at least for next week or the week after. Next week, I think, is going to be a huge week for all of you as well. 72 to cruise is one of my most favorite topics because it's something that I strive for every month. So I'm super excited to kind of share that with you. And I will have a few other guest speakers on for next week too. So you don't have to listen to my boring, mundane voice the whole time. And hopefully you can get some new tips too. But if there aren't any questions, I'm going to stop this recording and then open it up for kind of any key questions or anything that is pressing over the last